Don't let tombstones be your family legacy.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman!
In this game, yes you are. Hello everyone, welcome to CGM, Comics, Games, Media. Today I'm going to be telling you whether or not you should go play Batman, the Telltale Series. Yes. Are we still rolling? Alright, I guess I'll provide some more details so far why you should go play this game. So, if you have no idea what this game is about, well, Batman the Telltale Series is an adventure game where you get to play as both personas as Batman and Bruce Wayne. It is a game highly focused on narrative. What the fun part is, though, is that you get to make choices and the story will adapt to what choices that you make. So some small examples of these are if you're talking to the press as Bruce Wayne, how much information do you want to reveal? Do you want to give out all of the information to help them, or do you want to keep the information secret to yourself? Also, if you're Batman, how extreme do you want to be on your violence towards criminals? Do you want to even break their limbs? Also, one of the great examples are when you're tackling a situation, for example, confronting the mayor. Do you want to go out as Bruce Wayne, or do you want to go out as Batman? There are even more great examples and dramatic examples. However, because this is a spoiler-free video, I'm not going to mention that. What's really exciting about this game is that they change up the Batman mythology. As a hardcore Batman fan, it's scary whenever someone says they're going to change something, because you can get something like a Gotham scenario. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But Telltale Games, they do a fantastic job at paying respect to the Batman history and mythos. They provide new introductions and iterations of characters and backstories, which are very refreshing. I don't want to spoil too much about the game, so I'm going to say as little as possible. So, you start off as Batman in his early crime-fighting career. You're dealing with an organization of criminals. Meanwhile, though, you are also playing as Bruce Wayne, and you're actually helping Harvey Dent run his campaign to becoming mayor of Gotham City. However, shit happens, as usual when you live in Gotham City. So, unfortunately, you have to deal with that because you're Batman. I know I'm being very vague here. However, it's just that, from my personal experience, I think it's just better to go in with fresh eyes, not knowing anything about it. So that's why I just don't want to tell you any spoilers, because it's very fascinating. There's a whole mystery that's going on here, and I just don't want to spoil anything to ruin your enjoyment of the game. So I'm going to be honest, I'm having a hard time coming up with some negative feedback regarding this game. Maybe due to my subjective opinion as being a longtime Batman fan. But what I can say is that if you're not a fan of narrative and story-driven games and you want more action, Twitch-based type of video games, you probably want to skip out on this then. Because again, this game is highly focused on story and it's slower paced. It's not based on gameplay mechanics that much. There's also a detective aspect to the game where you're piecing together clues of a crime scene to figure out what happened there. It is a cool concept I liked, because again, Batman's the world's greatest detective. However, the problem is I felt was that it was very simple. There's just like 2 or 3 options, you're just selecting between the others, and that I wish there was more problem solving involved with it, so just like it would just be more challenging, or at least there was more tension. So for example, if you didn't solve the case correctly, there'd be some kind of consequence, or you'd have to solve it in a certain time limit. Otherwise, like, the person got kidnapped, or etc. Something bad would happen. Also, another flaw that I recently noticed is that when playing the final episode, it felt a little slower paced than the other episodes prior to it. Maybe just the anticipation of this being the final episode, that I felt like everything else was built up, so this was going to have a great execution to it. But these flaws that I mentioned were nowhere close to ruining my experience with the game. I really enjoyed it, from everything like the new suit and gadget designs that they were working with, the art direction of Gotham City, the music, which I love, especially the theme song, which is amazing. The voice actors, they're incredible. Troy Baker does a great Bruce Wayne, and the whole voice modulator with Batman. I thought I was going to dislike it, but I really enjoyed it. And most importantly, the story, it's really engaging and entertaining, and has that mystery which keeps you compelled to figure out what's going on. And this game is highly accessible to anyone who knows about Batman, so if you're a hardcore Batman fan who's reading comics since the Golden Age, or if you're just a casual fan who's just been watching the movies, you can easily enter it based on your perception of what you know about Batman. So this leads into my favorite part about the game, which is the internal debate between how would you act in a scenario versus your interpretation of how Batman would act in the scenario, because there's so many different interpretations. So you can have Frank Miller's, you can have Scott Snyder's, you can have Michael Keaton's, you can have Christian Bale's, Kevin Conroy's, anyone else from like the TV shows, movies, comic book writers, video games. There's so many different interpretations of Batman. So debating between that, like how would my Batman act versus how I want to respond. Like for example, one of the ones I noticed was unconsciously is that I'm sitting in the Batcave talking to Alfred, and I just thank him. But typically Batman, he's not the kind of guy who thanks people, and when he does, he gets mocked for it.
Thank you. Go rest up. Okay. But you know where to find me if you need me. He didn't just thank me, right?
Indeed, he did so.
Weird.
So that's something I really enjoyed about this game, seeing how my instincts and my personality can affect how Batman is displayed in this game, how he can be a nice version instead of a mean version, or vice versa, and how do you want to give out information as Bruce Wayne? Do you want to play as a straight up playboy who doesn't know what's going on, or do you want to play as Bruce Wayne who's about the people, who's helping people? Anyway, I hope that gave you enough information to determine whether or not you should go play Batman the Telltale Series. My personal recommendation is, if you're a Batman fan, you should definitely check this out. At least watch it on YouTube of Let's Plays or walkthroughs, because it is a great Elseworld story and creates great new interpretation of Batman, of the Batman mythology. If you have any recommendations of what I can provide in future videos to make a more informed decision whether or not you should go play it, please let me know in the comments below. I am going to do a spoilers cast next to talk about the entire game and all the details of what I thought about it. I'm going to do a second playthrough first though, just so I can compare the differences between the choices I made and see how that affects the game. So if you're ever interested in that, please feel free to subscribe. I'll try to get that out soon. And as always, thanks for watching guys, and have a good one.